You're first, man. There you go. I just had to charge my phone, the other one, so I had to end it and use this phone. This one's not as good as quality, though. This is kind of... My other phone's way better with the lives. Damn, I was about to choke on that smoke. Damn, this place is dead right here. Nobody on the road. Goodness. What's with the them comments? Yeah. What's up with that? Ohio? Nah, I'm in South Dakota, man. I driven past Ohio, though. It's the only time I was in Ohio. Yeah, there is a lot of evil in this life. That's for sure, man. And there is a lot of evil in this life because of humans' desires and it gets to people at times. Yeah, maybe that's a way. Like, if like you're not being creepy. Like you're just doing your thing. And they say that shit. Maybe just say you're creepy. Then why you pay attention to me? I don't know about those memes, man. I don't really pay attention to them. Life isn't even life. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, for a lot of people, yep. Born into this life, you're not really enjoying the life, I guess. Sometimes, yeah, I guess there could be good, you know? You can't have the bad without the good, you know? Man, it's just so cold out here, man. I don't know how long I can take this anymore. Yeah, you can't have the good without the bad either, right? Yep, exactly, man. Imagine what they're going through. Yeah, there's ones that get discriminated. Yep, that's pathetic too, you know? I didn't really support what happened back in the colonialization days, you know? That shit was all fucked up, you know? I wouldn't say every American has it easy, man. I'll say I'll disagree with that. Where am I? I'm outside. I'm outside. You're from Montana? That's kind of close where I'm at. The job competition? Yeah, it could be. Could be like that too. I'll agree. Can be that shallow that way also. I'm Bstevie. That's my name. South Dakota. Oh, for sure. I agree with that, man. Yeah. You're talking about India. Yeah, we have more opportunities in America to get a job. That's for sure. There's more opportunities in this country than uh, a place like India or some third world country. I agree, man. But something I disagree about is there's a lot of Americans that don't have it easy, though, man, with certain things. You just need to open your mouth, and God has a message for you. You'll start having more faith. You'll have a purpose. You'll start going to church and start working hard. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I guess like you can have a lean body, but I guess the face will never change. You know. I mean, the face can change when you start aging. You know, but yeah. But I guess there could be certain aspects of your face that can be attractive, you know? Your eyes or something, or jawline, but maybe it's like the hair, you know? Maybe it's the. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Get in here. My hands are already cold. Me as president? I don't think I would do well as a president, man. No jobs. Yeah, that's not good, man. It's because I feel like a lot of it's a lot of competition too. You have a lot of it's overpopulated as well. That's probably one, and since like there's a lot of corruption over there, it makes it difficult too. Yeah, it hits different. Yep, that's for sure. I agree, man. Yeah, I believe you, man. There's a lot of things about India I don't know about. That's for sure. I'm not the plug, man. Wrong person to ask. When will it happen? I don't know. It will happen, though. It's inevitable, but you don't know how it will happen, right? I don't believe in people speeding up the extinction, though. That causes problems. That causes pain, unnecessary stuff. Yeah, people will ask anything on there. El Salvador, I feel like the leader, or I don't know what you call him, the prime minister or the president or something, reduced the crime there. I'll say, which is good, but still has problems, right? I guess. I mean, I don't know too much about El Salvador though. Yeah, that's why it's competitive. Yep. I feel like if India, like, say, if more people in India weren't as religious, they would probably not reproduce as much, too. Uh, I'll say another one is the leaders there don't want to put in uh, the right education for them. They want to put their money in their pockets. They don't want to better their people, which is a problem, you know? That's something that, like in India, for example, that's what sucks compared to America, you know? I guess I am palm tree plumbing. Guess you're talking to that guy right here. Anti-aging. Yeah, I know who that guy is. Brian Johnson. Yep. Yeah, that guy is all. He says everything natural, right? But that is unnatural what he's doing. Trying to live forever, because that's part of um, life. You know, you die, and I feel like that guy. I feel like he's not. I really do think he's not. I feel like he's unhealthy to me. I think so, but I think I feel like he's not gonna live forever. You know, I mean, hopefully he accomplishes that, but I feel like pushing people to live forever isn't a good thing. You know. That's pretty weird, man. Yeah, it is terror, man. Yeah, I don't want kids either, man. Trust me. Yeah, having kids doesn't mean your kids will have a good life, you know? Yeah, yep. Very competitive. All of them want to have a quality of life, and that's what it is over there. I mean, it's everywhere, but it's probably even more like that in India because you have more people. Yeah, I don't agree with that Brian Johnson guy either, man. I don't agree with him. Not crazy about him, really. Yeah, yep. You can't even walk, right? Especially in that city like Dhaka, for example. You can't even walk down there. I mean, I guess there's some good parts of India since it's a big country, but most of them are. There's a lot of them in poverty. That's for sure. A lot of them. Yeah, I mean, I guess you gotta say the politicians, you know, and then then you have the people that bring kids, and they're not like like financially responsible for them, you know. It's a mix of everything over there. Bangladesh. Yeah, see, I don't know too much about India, man. I'm sorry about that. It's like, uh, yeah, um, but India has something similar in their cities, like Dhaka, though. It's like overcrowded, and it's uh, it's very similar. Yeah, yeah, that was my fault. I mean, I'm not the best with my geography, since there's a lot of countries out there, and cities, and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, like, you could be educated and have a hard time getting a job. Yeah, that's true. Also, yeah. Oh, that's good, man. Yeah, it can be something else. Yeah, being well educated doesn't mean you can make a lot of money. That's for sure. Make it? I don't know, man. Not sure. Oh, Jesus. Jesus is coming soon. Stop the Antichrist. Oh, man. Jesus is coming soon. What's up, comic tomboy? Yeah, Jesus will go back to the pearly gates once he sees that. Yeah, I mean, if God is real, I think God is evil. I agree. Yep. I don't think it is, though. What's up, Denise? What's he waiting for? He's waiting for the right time. Waiting for end times to come. He's waiting for that moment. Following? What do you mean by that? Yeah, I mean, I guess there's good things about America, all great, man, but there's certain things that suck about being an American, also, you know? I mean, I guess, like, say, if I was living in India, I guess I would feel the same, you know? Yeah, it is a joke in a way, yep. Uh, I don't know. I'm not following anybody without there's evidence, then I would follow them, maybe. Yeah, I think that would be hell, hanging out in heaven. Almost out of vodka. What are you drinking right now? Nah, there's a lot of poor people in America, man. There's a lot. Good amount of poor people. Like the last stream, that's cool. Yeah, I became Muslim watching that video. I converted from being an atheist to a Muslim now. That guy really convinced me with his arguments. Yeah. For thousands of years. Where's Jesus been, you know? Blue ice? That sounds pretty good, I'll say. What's up, transhuman? Aqua Akbar? Oh, man. All rich and happy. Yeah, but that's like kind of a generalization, man. That's not all Americans. Maybe like American poor is different than like India, you know? But still poor though. It's very smooth. That's good, I guess. Disappointed you? Why that person disappoint you? That's not good, transhuman. 7 Up and Red Bull. Yeah, that sounds like a good combo right there. Yeah, there's a Twizzler in it. It's like you open up this gift, you get the crust out of the pizza. No, I don't watch anime. Yeah, yep. Poor is poor, you know. Yep. It's relatives, right? But still the same thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess like you could say that, right? I mean, that is true, that shit, though. There's a lot of people high on drugs in America, also. Yeah, I just never really got into anime. Yeah, not smiling. There's times where I don't want to be alive, dude. Nah, I was joking about that. He was just talking about a video I reacted to. He was debating an atheist. What animes? What's up, Deflection? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. It's not just sometimes for people. There's a lot of people that feel that way a lot. You know. Hmm. Damn, they're using you, transhuman. They don't sound like good friends, man. Don't sound like they're good friends. They're using you. Yeah, I agree with that, Swathi. Yep. More people are facing more stress. I think so. More people are stressed out more. First world or third world. I think it's all over the place. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, brother John. That's not good, you know? That's what sucks about this life, too, is people that you like can pass away. I didn't read your comment. I did read your comment, man. I said that that guy sounds like a fake friend, man. They're using you. Why is it like that? I'll say like many reasons. Maybe social media, maybe the economy. Um, Maybe there's people out there that are stressed out trying to reach these social norms or something, or people are stressed out with all kinds of things, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of billionaires that have a lot of that do a lot of monopolies, and it creates a lot of inequality in a lot of ways. Uber home. Where you at, the villain? That sucks. That is the storm like hitting right now? I didn't read it. Oh, all right. I guess I didn't read it. Name a country who has better food? I don't know, man. I only been to one country in my life. I went to Spain, so their food there was good, but it was different. I'll say their bread is better than America's, it seems. But there is bread in America that is good also, so I can't really say, you know. Yeah, I had people that like that too. It's terrible when you get used. You feel like they were good people, and all of a sudden, like they use you for money, or they use you because like you're attractive or something. It's like shallowness, you know. So snuff. I used to do snuff with that. It's like tobacco, right? Yeah, true. Yep. That's how you have to find people that are like-minded. A lot of times, social media, but then uh, you witness like all this other BS on there. South Dakota, man. 9 to 8 a.m. Yeah, see if you can beat that storm, man. What time is it over there right now? It's like 3 a.m. right now. Hopefully you can beat it. That'd be nice. Station in Florida. I would like that. The Discord. I'll post it on my YouTube. The link after the live if you want to join. You're back. What's up, Shay? Yeah. Yeah, I guess the thing with that is like you don't have like people giving you all this fake attention because of your looks, you know? I guess. Yeah, I see that on the channel name. Yeah, you have the right to, you know. If you don't like this life, you don't like a lot of things in this world, you have the right to say that, you know. Uh, you're entitled to. What's up, Mooks? What's going on, man? 6:32 p.m. Yeah, that's crazy. Here it's like 2 a.m. Other side of the world. Um, yes, I lied, I stole, I lust, and I hated anyone before. Yep. Yep. I'm going to hell. Alright, yeah, I'll post the link on there. What's up, Sing Cow? No, I'm not Jewish, I'm German. They won't do you the smallest favor? Yeah, if you do them favors, they don't give you a favor. That doesn't sound right, you know? Jesus Christ. Sounds like he paid the fine, but seemed like the fine that he paid didn't do much, though. No problem, Sir's Dom. Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of anti-nails that can be disrespectful and they try to push their shit onto others. Yeah, I'm not crazy about them, you know? I mean, there's ones that aren't as far with it and they're not disrespectful and I'm okay with talking to them, you know, but there's a lot of them that are toxic. That's just, you know, I disagree with the ideas of it and I just kind of put it into my own life and why I don't want children, you know? I'm not crazy about all that other stuff they talk about, you know? I mean, I read your message, man. What's up, Sage? Don't care about the toxic people. Man, it's good, man. You don't. I, I don't want to care about those people, that's for sure. Can't take critique. Uh, yeah, I could take critique, man. Yeah. There's a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of people that are, I guess, that are natalists that are like that too, you know? They both can be disrespectful. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that either. Both sides, yep. Yeah, there's a lot of anti-nails that go way too extreme with it, and there's a lot of people that push people to have kids constantly, you know? Yeah, I guess I don't. Guess so. Yeah, I understand, Sage. A lot of people push people to have children, and they don't consider what the kid can possibly go through, you know? I mean, I am responding to your message, man. I mean, well, you're just trolling at that point, transhuman. Yeah, that's good, Sage. Yeah, sometimes, like, the ones that can't agree to disagree, they just keep pushing it onto you. They ain't good, you know? If my voice annoys you, then you don't have to watch it then. Who's that friend? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of pregnant women that like to, that are entitled that they're bringing a kid in the world, and there's a lot of them online that want instant gratification of like the gender reveal, and they act like a certain way, you know? So, WhatsApp. Yeah, I haven't used WhatsApp in a long time. I don't think I really used it actually. Yeah, that's true. I agree, Swathi. Yep. A lot of women sacrifice a lot and get belittled. Yep. Told you. I guess you could say it. Oh, no, you're good. I kind of figured where you're coming from. Yeah. I mean, pain is pain, you know? If it affects a person, it's not good. Man or woman. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to, you know? You just say to them, I'm not crazy about people having kids, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. You're mad? Yeah, that's not good, man. This is from the people, you said, right? Yes, I'm very gay. Yep. Oh, yeah, yep. Um, Pregnancy pain is very painful, that's for sure. Yep. Very painful. Yeah, I mean, I was anti-natalist because I've seen like uh, them talk about like how the kid can go through pain and suffering where it's not always able to have a good life, and it's a risk having children, and there's a lot of bad things in this world, and there's some arguments that make sense. So it made me become one, and that's why I made that old channel. I I talked about many reasons what can happen to the kid and why it's selfish to have some and stuff like that, you know. But I started to see kind of how far antinatalism can get, and it's just I didn't like that, you know. Mm. I went to labor before. Yes. Yes, I was pregnant. I received all that pain. It's why I know why it's painful. What's antinatalism? So basically, it's unethical to bring a child into this world because it receive pain and suffering. And that's pretty much what it is. And um, like, there's a lot of them that think that like if there was no humans, if the human race went extinct, then that would be good, you know. And I took it as like if the human race went extinct naturally, right? It naturally happened, then that makes sense, you know. But there's a lot of anti-natalists that want to speed up the process, and like it involves like violence and it involves like other shit. So I wasn't for that, you know. Like, say if the human race went gone, like if people stopped having children for many reasons, and there was like say like a natural disaster, like a meteor or something, then you know that makes sense, you know. $500. Yeah, if you gave me the $500 first. Yeah, blame AI for that. Yeah, I watched many anti-natalist YouTubers. There's ones that um I agree with, and there was ones I watched that went too far, and uh, I wasn't for that, you know. Like there's a lot of them that I watched that said a lot of good things, and I agree with them on. And uh, there's times where there's certain things they said I just took into like my shit, you know. Hundreds lost videos. Yeah, yep. Made lots of them. Made thousands, I think. That's okay though. Unethical. That's what anti-nihilists think, though. That's what anti-nihilists think. It's unethical. They think it's immoral to have children. That's something I disagree with them on. I don't believe in like it's immoral, you know. Yeah, it's because like you're. I guess it's because like you're more isolated. You start to ruminate more, and uh, I feel like boredom and insomnia probably that's probably what why it's like that, and I feel like I get like that more too at night. Yeah, that's toxic, you know. That's why I don't like the anti-nihilism stuff either, because there's a lot of them that can be hateful to parents, and it's just it isn't good, you know. I mean, I can understand why they don't. you don't have to like your parents, you know what I mean? But I think they get too far with it, and I did meet like these anti-nihilists that actually like their parents, and they just had those anti-nihilist ideas of just not having kids, you know, and they still like their parents though, you know. Oh yeah, that's a lot of them, Swathy. Yep, there's a lot of them that because they want their kids to be their retirement plan. That's a lot of them. That's very selfish, you know. It's not guaranteed that your kids will like you and help you retire, you know. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think it's I there's nothing wrong with being pessimistic. You see the world like that, but I don't think it's good when it's like unrealistic, you know, because because you can't have the good without not the good. You can't have the bad without the good, you know. And I feel like when you just always see the world as bad, it just doesn't make sense, you know. When the world is like not always like that. What's up, Anti-Nails Lewis? I mean, there's a lot of people that supported that guy, transhuman. Am I saying all anti-nihilists? No, but there's a lot of them that do support him. And I didn't like that. Post Malone, I guess that's a first. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with like listening to your parents. They could help you out, you know? But there's a lot of parents that don't help their children out, right? No, I don't want kids. No. Yes, I'm from the US. Yeah, there is a lot of anti-nails that hate them, you know? Like gets to the point where it's like overboard. I mean, like I said, like they're entitled to not like them, but it gets toxic when there's people born and they like their parents and they just kind of dislike those people, you know? Yeah, that's true, Adrian, but that's a thing. Like, not every parent's gonna, um, like raise you right in the childhood. You know, there's a lot of bad parents, and there's a decent amount of good parents. You know, yeah, there is a lot of things in this life that's terrible. Yeah, find someone who is. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, normies can be that way. Yep. I agree with that, Shay. Yep. Yeah, we were roommates, man. Yeah, that's pathetic, comic tomboy. Yeah, it's trying to project his insecurities of him hating his parents and trying to make you feel like you should hate yours too if you know. The thing is if you like them, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Yeah, but autism's not a mental illness, man. Don't ever say that you're mentally ill because of that. It's just a lot of people want to. It's because people are pathetic. They discriminate people with autism. They're shallow, you know? You're not mentally ill because of autism, you know? The world wants to make you feel like that, you know? Yeah, I would never say something about that like that to yourself. It's just people trying to gaslight you, people trying to make you feel like shit. Because autism's not a mental illness, it's a disability. And, you know, it's just something you never asked for, and you never asked for the struggles, and um, people want to just try to make you feel like that, you know? Put the fries in the bag. Yeah, I gotta remember that next time. I don't vote, man. I don't vote. Nah, I have a job. I work at a warehouse. I work at a warehouse right now. I do gig apps on the side. Trump? I told you, man. I didn't vote. Yeah, job market isn't good. Yep, I agree. I feel like it always depends on location. Also, seem like if you're in a location that has like a high unemployment rate, then it's gonna be a bad fucking job market. You know, it's gonna be hard to get hired. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, man. I mean, that's good that like like you're a good parent to your kids. You know, I mean, I'll say if a person that has autism and has kids, they can treat them well. You know, I feel like the person that has kids that has autism should recognize like other things with like what the kid can face. And it's not always the case a person with autism can overcome things, you know, because it can hinder them, you know. But that's not always the case with everyone with autism. Like there's people with autism that can do things, you know. So I just feel like when people have, especially like if someone has autism or like mental illness or shit like that, should be aware of like the consequences as well, you know. So yeah, pretty much. So would, yep. It's like being kicked in the nuts. That's what this life's about, yep. Yeah, some people should need to stay out of it, yep. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, anti-nihilists can go too far, that's for sure. But I met a decent amount that are good though, you know. 31. Yeah, I like smelling like that though. Cheetos and BO. I feel like more people need to smell like that. Never go quietly? What do you mean by that? Yeah, they do smell good, right? I get where you're coming from, the dude. I'm not gonna say that. Man. It's always those trolls, weird stuff, you know? Yeah. Dark joke, man. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people go too far with the anti-nails, that's for sure. A good amount of them. I never looked at it that way, you know? Yeah, I guess you like that guy, transhuman. Oh, man. Yeah, I'll say David Benatar is like probably the only decent ones out there. He's the only one that seems like better with it. All those other ones like Amendum and all those other people, like, I'm not crazy about them, you know? Alright, I'll see you, Adrian. I was one of the 5 likes on his. What video is that? $1 million? I guess I would pay off my debt if I had $1 million. That's something I would do first. And then I guess I would treat myself, and I guess I would use that money to help people that deserve it, you know? I guess. I don't know. Because that is a lot of money, I guess. I guess so. Yeah, some of these other dudes that put their fries in the bag is right. Yep. Yep. They need to wake up. Barkus video, I mean, I can't stop you from supporting that, but all I'm gonna say is that's messed up you support that, man. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, the optimistic nihilism. Yeah, I guess I was kind of like that, but that has its consequences, though. You know, if you're not aware and, uh, like, because if you say, like, life doesn't matter, you're like YOLO and have all this hedonism, it can bite you in the ass, you know, if you don't have self control and stuff. That's why I'm not an optimistic nihilist. And I feel like a lot of nihilism is mostly depression, though. It's usually leans more pessimistic nihilism. What do you mean blame inkwells? What do you mean by that? Aren't they the same thing? £1,000,000 and $1,000,000? What's up, Ian? Obstructing federal agents? Yeah, I mean, I guess I agree with that in a way. Yeah. I don't agree with, like, those people doing that shit to ICE, you know, but I don't think there is ICE agents that kind of abuse their power too, you know? I mostly support ICE, so. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Everything shuts down. Yeah, all the jobs, all the school. Wish it was like that here, but they're used to this fucking winter shit. Nah, I'm a atheist. I'm like an agnostic atheist. Yeah, there is a lot of evil in this world, yep. Yeah, yep. I mean, I experienced too much hedonism. It backfired on me, so. Nothing wrong with having fun and shit like that, but it's kind of don't want to do too much of it, you know? Joy says that. I mean, let Joy say that. I don't care, really. Fuck the UFC. Who won tonight? Who won that? Uh, who was what was that fight? It's like the guy starts with a P and the other guy. Forget. Yeah, Gaethje. Yeah, Gaethje won. Yeah, he looked like he. I was watching some. I was doing DoorDash. Went to Buffalo Wild Wings and saw some of it. It looked like a good fight for the most part. Yeah, I guess you can look at it that way. It's not pessimistic or optimistic. It can be neutral, but I just don't. I'm not like. I don't know if you watch Dark Endless Pit, but he makes a point like things do matter, right? Like if you feel pain, that's gonna not be pointless. That's gonna mean something, you know? I think there is things that have meaning and stuff, but like there's other forms of nihilism. Like there's like the universe is pointless, which is something I agree with, but I'm just not crazy about nihilism in a way with morals, you know? Yeah. That's when nihilism can be toxic in that way. It can be, people view it in a way where it's too dark, you know? It gets to that point. Yeah, a lot of inkwells can view it that way too, you know? That's for sure. Did you know Joy might get mad? I don't care if Joy gets mad. Let Joy get mad. I don't care, you know? Yeah, a lot of them do go to, view life with nihilism. They, with their, like being an inkwell, you know? A lot of black pill shit's a lot of nihilism too. A lot of it is. Yeah, I'm that guy. Cron mentality. You go to bed around 6? Must be up late. Yeah, Dark Endless Pete. Or Pit. Yep. Makes a good point. Yeah, I like what he has to say about that Dark Endless Pit. Shout out to him. Go watch his channel if you guys don't know who he is. I don't agree with everything. I'm not crazy about the F-lism shit he talks about, you know, but he's got a lot of good points in his videos, and I feel like he's a good person to watch. Oh, yeah, yep. I mean, there is a lot of inkwells that are doomers, yep. Yep. I think most inkwells are doomers, yep. Pessimism, nihilism. Yeah, but nihilism can be pessimistic, though. It can be. It makes sense, though. But I guess, like, as a whole, if you don't, if you separate pessimism and optimism, I guess, like, it's in a neutral way. It's, like, pointless, you know? What's up, Harry? What's up, House 8 Realm? Yeah, but I don't think it's a totally misconception, though. I feel like a lot of people, when they say life is pointless, there's a lot of people that are depressed, though. There's a lot of people that think that. And, and yeah, I guess, like, when you really dig deep into nihilism, it's not really like that, you know? Make a video? Well, let Joy make the video then. I don't care, you know? I'll say this about Joy. Joy's, like, very smart, you know? I'm not being sarcastic, you know? Like, Joy has some good points about things. I talked to Joy many times for 4 years, you know? There's some things I agree with, but there's some things I don't like what Joy has to say, and acts toxic sometimes, you know? I don't like Joy goes too far with the shit, you know? You just discovered it? That's cool, man. Yeah, that's virtue signaling, Sage, yep. All because you are like a so-called pessimistic nihilist don't mean you're so-called intelligent, you know? That's just how you view life, you know? Yeah, that's just, a lot of those people are ignorance, yep. Charlie Kirk, I mean, I'm not crazy with his views. I'm not religious. I'm an atheist, and there's some things on the conservative side I agree with policies, but I don't think he deserves to be dead because of him expressing his views to people, you know? Yeah, but not all inkwells are bad, you know? Not all of them are toxic, and I think there's a lot of misconception with that one, you know? And there is a lot of them that can be toxic as well, so. Yeah, dating scene is something else. Nah, I ain't doing jumping jacks. I guess that's what you like, transhuman. Go ahead, I guess. Yeah, a lot of times people make your mental worse. They're the trigger, you know? Your environment's the trigger. And basically, your genetics is the loaded gun, you know? That's how I view it. That analogy I found on like Google somewhere made a lot of sense, basically. They just used the wrong word. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them do, yep. A lot of them, a lot of them interpret pointless as like being depressed, you know? A lot of them do it like that. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he deserves to die because of that. Narcissists, I guess some of them aren't like evil necessarily, but it's just because a lot of times it seems like it's passed on from generation to generation. A lot of times, and it doesn't seem like they didn't choose to be that, you know. But it's no excuse to act like a narcissist and try to put others down and make them feel like garbage with no empathy and trying to be up in their business and stuff like that, you know? Yeah, bad rep. Yep. I mean, guess who made up that one though? Feminists. And then you have like feminists want to be that, and I don't understand what. I don't think anyone wants to be an inkwell, you know. So, um, yeah, the inkwell is has a bad rep. It's what it is. It's like calling someone like a discriminating word or something. They use it like that. Yeah, I mean, I have cargo shorts, man. I mean, you guessed right. Yeah, my feminism. Yeah. Not all feminists are bad either, so I'm not trying to bash every single one of them either. There's a lot of them that are crazier, though. That's a tough one. I'll say, someone who smells will take with me. I dislike the idea of having. Yeah, I don't like that either, man. It feels like you're trapped, especially when you put down a down payment on a mortgage, you know? You're stuck at that house. You can't leave. And best thing you could do is sell it, and then you could just, like, become bankrupt or something, you know? Yeah, I mean, there isn't really a purpose to life, you know? People make a subjective purpose to get through it, you know? That's what it really is. Like, I feel like if people don't have a purpose, they'll go insane, you know? But is there really a purpose to life? Like, there really isn't, to be honest. It's like the universe doesn't care about you, you know? To me, it just feels like people have a subjective one. That's what it is. You're a radical feminist? I mean, I guess you're a radical feminist then, you know? I'm not crazy about them. Radical everything? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it does get a bad rep, Inkwells, yep. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what they mean by pointless. Like there's no purpose in this life. That's I guess that's what they mean by that. I mean, that's how I see it. Yeah, anybody can, yep. I mean, if that happened though, right? People would say my body autonomy, you know? How come I'm not allowed to do this? And then like I was saying, I think it was on that other live when if people were strict with having children, like say if the person was poor or something, they'll call them classist or something, or you know what I mean? So metal, I'm not crazy metal fan, man. I don't listen to metal music really. Yeah, I don't like when things don't go my way either, man. Trust me. I understand how you feel about that. Shit sucks. Terrible. Um, I wouldn't say it's like overdiagnosed. I mean, I guess it. I think a lot of people get depressed because of those things. I don't think it's fake, you know. I do think that there is people that fake their depression also to manipulate people, but I think majority of people are depressed because of those things, you know. Like yeah, if family was better, or if society was better, and jobs, right, then they probably wouldn't feel as depressed, you know. Yeah, he did. Yep. Aaron Carr, a musician, and famous, and that's what happened. You know. Yeah, messed up. Yeah, I mean, even if you were famous and you have a lot of money, you can still feel this way. You know, doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having your own place to live, like your own house. I guess for me personally, I don't want to be trapped somewhere like what Wolf Tornado said. I'm just not like that. But if you want to own your own place, there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, there's pros to that. I'm not sure what you mean by transhuman. Maybe overdiagnosed. Yeah, but I feel like it could be better diagnosis too. You know, could be better diagnosis. Why people are getting more diagnosed with these things because they're recognizing it more. You know. Yeah, I see your messages. Because it's late at night. Yeah, I feel like people with depression, like if it's something situational, it shouldn't be thrown medication right away, you know? Maybe try to see if you can fix the situational problem, you know? Yeah, I work at a warehouse. Yeah, I mean, I guess there is kids that are born that don't go through those things though, and that's why people will take that risk, you know? oh, I don't think my children will go through that. And then guess what? Like their children going through that, you know? So I don't understand people either, but they'll do it, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm only trying to do it to get through this lease, and I'm trying to move. I'm trying to move somewhere warmer. So I was looking up like OKC, Oklahoma, or I was looking at Texas and Arizona and stuff. So I'm gonna try to find the right place for me, hopefully. Oh yeah, yep. Because they had a good economy. Everything was affordable, and that's why they popped out more kids. I mean, that's why you see, uh, like, in this generation and the millennials, you'll see less of them doing that. And I feel like most of them want children, but they can't because they can't afford it, you know? And that's a good thing, though, to me, because if I feel like if you can't afford kids, you shouldn't have any, you know? And people say, oh, you're classist, but, you know, can't force those people to not have children, but it's just, they're not considering the child's well being, you know? Yeah, but that's going against anti-natalism, transhuman. He caused pain and suffering, you know? That's just an agenda pushing, you know? Why do you repeat yourself? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's kind of hard to make videos sometimes, and sometimes it's easier to repeat myself. I don't know. You got some bars there, dude. Yeah, a lot of people do it though, you know? It's like gambling at the casino, you know what I mean? To me, I ain't taking that risk. Whoops, what am I doing here? Yeah, I wouldn't either. You know, imagine if I have kids right now. I don't even make money like that. That'll be selfish on my part. I mean, I feel like a lot of people that are poor that have kids is they were accidental, you know? Yeah, it should be. I agree, Tomboy. Yep. Yeah, yep. Yeah, there are a lot of people that don't like their jobs, you know? Yeah, there is a good amount of child-free people too. Yeah, that's increasing as well. Yeah, I don't agree with that transhuman. Yeah, exactly. Can't raise them, you can't afford them, don't have them, right? Keep pushing others to have kids. I think that's toxic, and I feel like it gets to the point where it agitates people, and they're just pushing people away doing it like that. You know, it's just it's bad behavior on their part, and it's pathetic. Do I like my job? I wouldn't say I like it. It's just something I could tolerate. You know. Yeah, I think a lot of them were accidental, man. I agree. There's a lot of accidental ones. They're not meant to bring a child in this world. And obviously, they don't want to admit that to their kids because that'll make them look bad. Yeah, but a lot of people make it required in this life. Yeah. I mean, two people did something, and you're here. They did something magical, and you popped out. We don't like the Bible here. Not sure what you mean by that, man. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things in the Bible that ain't good either, too, you know? I mean, I guess there's certain things in the Bible that you can cherry pick, right? That's kind of like me with anti-nails. Like, I don't agree with a lot of anti-nailist stuff anymore, but reasons why I don't want children, I cherry pick of their ideas, and it makes sense to me. And I incorporate that in my life, you know? Yeah, I don't like people that are too religious either. It's annoying. I mean, that doesn't matter. Like, even if like little people, like, that doesn't make sense, transhuman. It just doesn't make sense with an anti-natal standpoint, anyways. You're trying to reduce pain and suffering. You're not trying to cause more of it or just all that stuff. Yeah, it is stressful. Yep, you're sacrificing your like your well-being. You're sacrificing your freedom, in a sense, and prioritizing towards the children. That's what they should do. That's what these people are signing up for, right? Yeah, I disagree with that, Shay. There's women that aren't, but there's ones that are. All right, I guess that's my jumbo then. I mean, there is a lot of extremists in anti-natalism. There is a lot. Yeah, I mean, that's a good reason, man. That is a good reason. People say you're playing eugenics with that, but dude, like if you're carrying genetics and you're passing that down to their children, it's not always. There's a lot of times where it can affect their life to the point they don't like it. That's a lot of them. Yeah, I don't support that though, transhuman. I don't support his pro moralism stuff either. Just that's just another level that I don't agree with. Like I said in my old channel with pro moralism, like it makes sense. Like if nothing is like getting better in your life, everything's just getting worse. Nothing seems to change and improve or something. In a painless way, and uh, that makes sense. Everything else with pro moralism, like I don't agree with. It's just promoting like the S. You know what I mean? It's like you know, and they're trying to promote it in a way where it's painful. A lot of them. Yeah, it's because they want their own biological kids. They want someone to look like them. It's selfish. Yeah, and I do agree. I think more people should adopt because they would like to have a home of their own, you know? I agree, man. If people really want children. Yeah, I guess you can't stop people from having biological kids, but I feel like people should really try to consider maybe people should adopt more, you know? They care so much because they want to prolong their bloodline. That's what it is. Yeah, I disagree with that, Shay. I don't agree with that. It's not logical. I can understand why, like, there's women out there that, uh, like, say, put men down, ignores men's issues, and try to be toxic with men and stuff like that, but I don't think it's right the other way around either, you know? People can't handle the truth. Yeah, I guess I agree with that. Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we can agree to disagree with that. It's fine with me. Wait, adult too. That's nice, man. That's good, man. I don't agree with pro moralism, really, man. I don't. I just think it's. I guess, like I said before, if the person like is living through this life and nothing gets better, it keeps getting worse and worse, and tried everything and stuff, then that makes sense, you know. Like its quality of life just keeps getting worse, right? Nothing seems to get better in a painless way, right? So, how am I calm? I guess because you guys make me calm on YouTube. I'm really not really the most calm person all the time. Like I gotten points where I'm like angry, I've been mad, you know. So yeah, but why do like pro moralists support people that uh want sooner or later in a painful way, you know? That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Especially as an anti-nihilist, that like if you view pro moralism in that sense with everything, that doesn't make sense. The thing is, you won't feel nothing because you won't be aware of it. That's the crazy part, you know? Man. Pro moralism. I mean, when you talk about that Edward Barkus guy, he said he had like a friend of his, and basically the person told um like the other friend to shoot her, you know? That was pro moralism, you know? That isn't right. Yeah, I do. I have a Rumble, but I haven't posted new videos on it yet. I just haven't had the time, and I have some videos from my old channel on there, but I'm possibly making a new one. I would like to do other ones that like I can't talk about, like maybe like that pro moralism shit. maybe I can still talk about on this channel, you know. Uh, maybe like controversial ones. I don't know. So yeah, but people, that's not the point. Transhuman, like it's not written on there. But if people are interpreting that as like trying to do something painful, that's what they're going to interpret that as. That's why it's not good to me, you know? I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Like, you rather be gone sooner than later because it can get bad and can be more painful, you know? That makes sense, you know? But I don't agree with it, you know? I think a lot of people will interpret that in not a good way, you know? No, ethicism and pro-moralism are different. They're different things. Like ethicism is basically life spelled backwards, and like you want all sentient life to not exist because it's it eliminates the pain and suffering. So like there's ethicists out there that would press the red button. It's like an analogy in a painless way where you press that button. It's uh, like all sentient life will be gone, you know. But the problem with that with me is that's not good because there's people that like life. Animals don't have the ability to consent to not live, you know. So you're kind of, to me, it almost sounds like a silent murder, you know, when you're pressing that red button. And yeah, I understand the point. Like, if there's people out there that, like, have a painful life that's unnecessary and shit like that, and they would rather not live, that makes sense, you know? I understand why they are like this, you know, that it's. You want to eliminate all this pain and suffering, but it's just flawed to me. It's just not. It doesn't make sense, and a lot of them become vegan. There's nothing wrong with that either. You're reducing the pain and suffering in animals, right? Like that's kind of like that. You're not having children, so that makes sense. Like in an ethics standpoint, you know. But it's just I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with the red button. I don't agree with like all that other stuff, you know. Yeah, it was pro moralism though. That is proof. That was proof that shit. A lot of people will view pro moralism. They'll do stuff like that, you know. Then other ones will like like that make like another example of pro moralism. Like if someone's like in hospice care, someone's not getting better, they're in cancer and just stage 4. It just keeps getting worse and worse throughout their body and throughout their organs. Then yeah, pro moralism makes sense. You know, they're better to leave sooner than keep living, you know? That's just suffering. That's just going through pain. That's not enjoyable, you know? So, pro moralism is basically you're better off leaving sooner than later. So, I feel like a lot of times they're promoting the S. That's what it is. And the only thing I agree with it on, like I said before, is if life for this person is not getting better, this thing is making them feel worse and we're ruining their quality of life, then like it's better off to leave sooner than to keep going, you know. So single cases, yeah, but I mean, I don't agree with the philosophy. I'm not allowed to say, how come I'm not allowed to say I don't agree with it, you know? I said it makes sense, you know, but a lot of people will view that and it's not a good thing, you know? And for a lot of people. All right, I'll see you, Daniel. It's nice talking to you, man. Should blow up. Yeah, thing is, I don't agree with that though either. I don't agree with like the Earth blowing up because of the consent argument. That doesn't make sense. But and the thing is, when you want the Earth to blow up, like say if you're an anti-nihilist, then that's gonna cause pain. That's gonna cause suffering. You know. And how do you know if you blow something up? How do you know if the Earth will be blown up? It can just still be there and people can still be alive, right? So they can go through other pain and suffering. So, yeah, pretty much. Yep, I agree. SC, I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry about that. I agree, man. Yeah, I just don't agree with pro moralism, man. It makes sense, like in a way where they go through unnecessary pain and suffering. It doesn't get better, like I said before, and it's better off to leave sooner than later. That's the only time I agree with it, and it's in a painless way. So yeah, yeah, you're entitled to say that, man. If you don't like this life and uh, things in this life are just difficult, and it's and stuff like that, you're entitled to say that. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to get at, comic. That was kind of that's what makes sense with the pro-mortalism. All that other stuff doesn't make sense. That's where I think anti-nihilism could go too far. They can go to that point of like too extreme with the pro-mortalism. Different theories. Yeah, I'll say it is interesting, man. There's a lot of theories out there that wonder how like something would end, I guess, right? Like especially ones how the universe began. That's another one too. That's why I rather follow that than like be religious and say that God did everything, because that's you have no evidence for that. Yeah, we won't last 1 billion years, I agree. We'll go extinct at some point. Yeah, Ephlism, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Fee-fees. Yeah, they're all on my fee-fees. Everything I'm saying. Most human species. Yeah, I mean, once they're born here, they will not be here at some point. They will go extinct. Like myself, I'll go extinct. Being logical. Yeah, I gotta be more logical next time. Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like clusterfuck right there. That comment. Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good thing, man. That sounds like terrorism. Ugh. Smoke a cig and then I'm gonna go to bed soon. Yeah, you can't stop what this life does, you know? I guess that's the only thing. That's why all you can do is complain, you know? People get say, why you keep complaining? Like, there's certain things you complain about you can't change, you know? That's all you can do. People get weirded out by that for some reason. I need to read the Bible. Yeah, I will be extinct. I mean, I'm not gonna live forever, man. Me reading the Bible, like, that's gonna make me live forever? Wish you could smoke cigs. Yeah, they're okay here and there. I mean, they have their cons too, you know. See, you know what's crazy about like people putting down people that smoke cigs all the time? Why do they never put down people that eat junk food or like, you know, it just sounds like a double standard, you know? I mean, people can eat junk food. I eat it too, you know, but it's just annoying. Yeah, cigarettes can be soothing, I'll say. Can be. Alright, I just had to disagree with you, transhuman. I mean, I talked to you about my views on pro-moralism, and we're not gonna reach an agreement, man. So... yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to live forever, though. Yeah, I mean, I like smoking them, you know, here and there. I just don't like doing them all the time, right? So, yeah, hit the vape. Oh, hit the cig. Yeah, like, I never got into vapes. I'd done it a couple of times. I just never got into them, you know? I mean, that's what happens, man. If we reach to the same point, like, we're gonna keep disagreeing with each other. That's all we gotta do. We can't keep going on and on, man. We can't, you know, we're gonna go back and forth, you know? Yeah, you can't force others to believe them, right? There's nothing wrong with sharing ideas, right? Exactly. I agree with that, Rohi. Yep. Like, I'll admit I have an ego with certain things, you know? Sometimes I can't agree to disagree, you know? Certain stuff. Yeah, yep. I think it's best to tell kids that, you know? It's the brutal truth. Yeah, I mean, I just never liked the vapes because they can be too strong and it just kind of, you know, it just doesn't feel the same as a cigarette, like smoking vape or vaping. I mean, you can't really smoke it. All right, that's cool, transhuman. You know, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, there's too much nicotine on there. That's the problem. Could be too strong, you know. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the flavors either. Some of them have like these flavors and just don't like them. Build tolerance. Yeah, I mean, when you're smoking that much nicotine, you'll definitely um, build a tolerance to it. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being stubborn in ways, you know? I have a bias. you know, but I don't try to use my stubbornness to like uh think I have an ego, you know. I try not to be. People always think someone's being stubborn is a bad thing. It's not always bad. It's good to stick. It's good to stand by what you believe in. You know, not be like too agreeable. You know. Yeah, I mean, I can be very stubborn myself too. You know. I mean, it's best to like. It's best to like try. You just try to like. I guess you just try to hear other people's viewpoints. I guess kind of helps. Yeah, I don't like change either. It took me a while to uh, be adjusted to living in South Dakota. That's for sure. Even though I still don't like it, it's why I'm moving, but it's still adjusting to change. Yeah, right. You share your ideas, you share like other people, and you feel like you can challenge them. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, and it should be respectful in a way. Stating on business, yeah. Like I said, like stubbornness can turn to like egotistical. That isn't good, you know. Nothing wrong with some stubbornness, you know. I gave you counter arguments. I gave you some. Yeah, you don't need to. If you feel confident with your ideas, you stay firm with them, you know? There's nothing wrong with standing what you believe in. Like with your like someone talk about anti-nationalism, you stand by those ideas, you stand by them, you know? There's nothing wrong with debating. I disagree with Rohai. There's nothing wrong with challenging people's beliefs and um, the thing is with debating, it's not about winning usually. It's about like understanding. That's what it is, you know? To me. I think debates can go overboard and gets too personal, you know? A lot of times. They could get heated, you know? I mean, I've been in debates with my friend about me being an atheist and he's a Christian, you know? We've been in heated debates, you know? I don't get, I don't try to get to the point where I get so heated where I become super toxic, you know? And if it ever happens, like, I try to take accountability, or hopefully my friend does, you know, which happens. So, yeah, they're not winning, right? Those people that are obsessed with debates, they're trying to think that they're right all the time, you know? It shouldn't be like that. But if you have debates and you have proof that it's right, you know, then yeah, you have an argument and, you know, you they're saying stuff that is factually wrong, then yes, like, you know, yeah, people don't need to. Okay. I see where you're coming from, man. Yeah. Something that you don't really have to do, you know? Right. I feel like people can be right in debates, though, in certain ways. I feel like people can be right, you know? Like I said before, if you have evidence and it's factually correct, you know, and stuff, but it gets to the point where, like, the person doesn't believe it, you just agree to disagree. You can't keep going back and forth, you know? Yeah, I mean, I agree with that chance human in a way. Yeah. Yeah, there is right and wrong answer. Yeah. I agree with that. I never said really that, really. I don't think. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, that will always be like redundant, man. Those religious ones, and just never come to like, you know, yeah, it never ends. You'll never get like when you see those debates, you'll never really get like a right or wrong answer, you know? Yeah. That's the thing. Like if you talk about a certain topic and like say if you're a Christian or an atheist, like it just comes down to back and forth. It just comes to disagreement all the time. You need to debate about something else similar to it, you know? That's what it is. Yeah, what do you get out of the debate? Right. You get a reward? You get a trophy or something? I think a lot of people that think they're winners in debates, they think they're better than somebody too. That isn't right, you know? So yeah, there's a lot of things in the Bible that are something else, I'll say. I mean, there's some things in the Bible, certain verses make sense, you know? Cherry picking. Yeah, pushing religious shit onto people isn't good. I guess same thing with atheism, you know? It's you let the person decide with themselves, you know, what they think. I think the problem in this world is most people are religious and most people will push more religious shit onto people more than their atheism. That's what I think. Yeah, it should be. It should come up on your own, you know? Yeah, there isn't always a lot of nice Christians. I agree. Unmoderated. People think I would not. I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, can't go forward. Yeah, that's true, man. This life is a lot about connections and nepotism and stuff. Yep. It's not easy to get connections. And some people have it easier. It's unfair in that sense. Yeah, Alex O'Connor's a good debater against the religious people. Yep. He's one of the best ones in my opinion. Yep. Connections, yep. If you have connections, you can get a better job. If you have connections, you can get a girlfriend or something. Yep. Yeah. Hmm. Want a sig now? Hmm. Yeah. I'll say they're both bad, man. Both suck, I'll say. Um, yeah, being a loner outcast in a way where you don't want to be a loner isn't good, you know? But if you choose to be a loner, that's different, I guess. Yeah, I'll say he's a good Christian speaker, but I don't agree with what he says though. That Cliff guy. He's good at speaking about it, I'll say. Out of six. Yeah, he did. Yep. He got heated with it. I think Cliff and his son got heated with Alex O'Connor. Yep. Yeah, he couldn't handle his arguments. It's such nonsense here, and there's no point in debate. I mean, I feel like there could be a point, like if people were critically thinking more, you know? What time is it? Yeah, I gotta go to bed soon. I mean, best way is to debate people, I guess, you know? Debate, like, you agree with this philosophy, you debate people that are against it, I guess. I don't have a favorite philosopher, to be honest with you. I don't really have one. Yeah, it's kind of hypocritical when he says that, Sage. Very hypocritical. Nietzsche? Yeah, Nietzsche's a pretty good one, I'll say. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I looked up some of them. I just don't follow philosophers really. What's up, Steve? I mean, I guess I could talk about pro moralism in this channel, transhuman. I'll tell you my thoughts on it. So, yeah, you noticed it when you were 6? Yeah, that's very young, man. Very young, noticing that, being aware. Couple doobies and play PS5. Don't blame you, man. I have a PS5 also over there. I don't really play games on it, though. Use it to watch TV or do those video reactions, I guess. Until I get a laptop, which will be this year sometime, hopefully. Things go well. All right, I'm gonna end this live now. I gotta get to bed. It's nice talking to you guys, and that's it.